This weekend, UFC 312 takes place, and in the main event, we see Dricus Du Plessis take on Strickland in a rematch, so I decided to throw them in a simulation fight here on EA Sports UFC 5 and see who comes out on top. I didn't do any of the other fights on this card because this card is absolutely garbage, and it somehow is worth $80. But anyways, let's just get right into it. Alright, round one between Dricus and Strickland. Now, I'm not controlling anybody. He starts it off right away with a front kick to the face. Jesus. Now, I did do a breakdown for this fight on the channel for the entire event, actually, of UFC 312, even though the event is so bad. I don't know how they're charging $80 for this. Nice punches right away. Now, I'll kind of just talk about the fight while it's going on. I think Dricus is going to be a little bit too much for Strickland. Now, I do think it's going to be pretty competitive because their first fight was literally like as close as it can get, and I even thought Strickland won watching it live. I need to rewatch that first fight back before Saturday, but it's going to be a really competitive fight. I do think that everything Strickland does well isn't going to be enough to knock out Dricus. Like, we're not going to see Strickland submit Dricus. We're not going to see him try to engage in the grappling as Dricus goes for a takedown right here. I just think everything Dricus does is a little bit better. He's got more power. He's more technical all around. Well, sorry, technical might not be the right word. He kind of fights like he has autism, but I love that for Dricus. I love both of these guys. I think they're both awesome. I'll be very happy with the outcome regardless, but I'll also be very sad regardless, you know? So it's going to be a good fight. I'm definitely pulling for Dricus. I think he's going to get a fourth round submission after he drops Strickland, kind of very similar to how he did against Adesanya. And a lot of people make that argument that Strickland just completely outclassed Izzy and dog-walked him, no pun, for 5 rounds. Well, Dricus and Strickland are two very different fighters. Dricus had to make it a little more dirty against Adesanya, and he still got that win. And it was a finish, after all. So I do think Dricus' finishing ability is much stronger than Strickland's. And I wouldn't be surprised if Strickland somehow pulls it off, but I think Dricus is just better. And I think we're going to be able to tell, watching this fight on Saturday, that one guy has improved a little bit more than the other. And I think that one guy is Dricus. I think he's got that championship spirit. I don't think Strickland really cares as much. Strickland's already kind of a star, too. He doesn't really care. But, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about the fight. And the winner's probably going to take on Hamzat. Wow, that was a big head kick. I don't know how he ate that. Winner is going to probably take on Hamzat, and I have a feeling Hamzat's going to win. If Strickland beats Du Plessis, Hamzat runs through Strickland, but I see a world where Du Plessis puts up a great fight against Hamzat and could maybe even win. I think early on I would lean Hamzat, though, just because it's like, we haven't seen this man lose, you know? So it's hard to choose against him. Either way, I'm very intrigued. I'm very excited. He rocked Strickland early here in the first round. That was pretty crazy, but Strickland recovered well. Yeah, I don't know. Middleweight's kind of a mess right now. I think Imavov definitely deserves a title shot more than Hamzat. Imavov's on a crazy run. He went through, Brendan Allen, Jared Cannonier, and then Adesanya. Come on. And Hamzat's literally only beat, Whitaker at middleweight lately. So, yeah, I definitely would have pulled for an Imavov title shot, even though I think Dricus beats Imavov, or Strickland beats Imavov again. But, you know, the UFC is going to UFC, and they're going to want their money, and Hamzat's going to bring that for them. But after one round in the simulation, I think that was a Dricus round. He caught him. He rocked him. Seemed to be doing a little bit more. But Strickland has been able to work around the grappling. He kept it standing and was landing some good shots of his own. I don't know what that replay is. I feel like they just showed that 2 times in a row. Am I tripping? What's going on? Okay, they're showing the same clip over and over again. Nice. Very nice. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I just hit my funny bone as I'm recording this, by the way. Ow. Let me know who you guys got winning this fight in real life. I think it's going to be a compelling fight. I don't know. The build-up hasn't been too crazy yet. Now let me rant about how awful UFC 312 is as a card. This is the only good fight on there. Now, don't get me wrong. Wei Li versus Tatiana Suarez is a good woman's fight. And I think Tatiana Suarez is going to be... Oh my god, Dricus. He didn't want me to talk about anyone else but himself. What a greedy man. Anyways, rocked him again. I think Tatiana Suarez, and he gets the takedown. Wow, that's exactly what Suarez is going to do to Wei Li, by the way. Wei Li hasn't looked great in the grappling, and Suarez literally dominates everyone on the ground. I think Suarez is going to get a clear decision win and become the new champion. I talked about that in my breakdown as well, my prediction video. But I just want to talk about how bad UFC 312 is. The featured fight on this card is 7-4 Justin Tafa versus making his UFC debut, Taliesin Teixeira. How was that a feature fight on a main card of a pay-per-view? We also have guys like Jimmy Crute on the main card, Jake Matthews on the main card. Like, I'd be upset if they were on a main card of a fight night, you know? Like, I'd be like, oh, that's not a very good fight. You know? What's going on here? Dricus is going for the submission. Hold on. Everyone hold on. Nothing happened. Okay, I'm sorry for making you hold on, because nothing happened. But, yeah, UFC 312 is a disgrace, and I think everyone knows it. If you're buying that pay-per-view, just realize you could be spending that money on something much better. He rocked him on the ground. Holy, Dricus is looking dominant. And he's going for a submission again? Oh my god. Dricus is out for blood here. I don't think he's going to get it, because there's a pattern to submissions in this game, which is very annoying. Dricus is killing Sean Strickland in this fight. Why do I low-key feel like this is how it's going to be in real life? Like, I see a world where Dricus can just totally dominate him. I don't know. I think it's going to be close, but I could see a world where Dricus just shows, I'm that much better than you. We'll see. I wonder if Strickland's going to enter that fight with that mustache he's had. I hope so. Bro's going crazy. I need to watch those media days, too. I know they've been posting them. I'm sure Strickland is going off, because it's Sean Strickland. He's probably going to talk about Bryce Mitchell or something and support him. I guarantee it. But how about that Bryce Mitchell news, huh? My God. I loved Bryce Mitchell. I low-key still kind of do. But what he said was crazy. You can't be saying things like that, Brycey boy. You just cannot. But Strickland got his way up. This has been the longest round of all time. If this goes all 5, I might be falling asleep in my chair. But yeah, I was going to put the other fights on this simulation. But who wants to sit through Justin Tafa created fighter versus Taliesin Teixeira created fighter? They're not even in this game because they're so irrelevant. That's what's happening. And they're the feature fight of this pay-per-view. That's a bad feature fight on a fight night. Like, oh my God. I can't believe it. It's like, I remember looking at the card about a month ago and being like, it looks really bad, but there's no way, like, they're going to add something. They have to. And now we're, like, 2 days away at the time of recording this. And I'm, like, looking. I'm like, no. Justin Tafa's the feature fight. Like, it's like a glitch. They're going to have, like, Justin Tafa and Taliesin Teixeira got injured backstage before their fight. We need a new match to take place. And it's going to be, like, Khabib out of retirement taking on Charles Oliveira. That's what we need to happen. It's not going to happen. Nothing like that has ever happened. But it's diabolical. It's really bad. Especially because the fight night coming up. Not the next one. Not the Cannoneer one. That one's pretty mediocre too. But the Cejudo versus Song Yadong card has some really good fights on there. I think Brendan Allen's facing Anthony Hernandez. We also have Dominic Cruz's retirement fight. Like, put that on a pay-per-view. Put that on this pay-per-view. I know they're in Australia, but move Tafa to that fight night card instead. Like, my God. Wow. Strickland just caught Du Plessis. What is going on? Anyways, I'm heated about some of the pay-per-views and fights coming up. That was a good takedown by Du Plessis. We'll see if Du Plessis is able to use his wrestling like he did in the first fight. He looked pretty good against Strickland with the grappling. He was able to get him down. Du Plessis is just very strong. I think he's going to have a clear strength advantage against Strickland like he did in the first fight. And yeah, I don't know. Just don't lie to yourself, even if you're the biggest Strickland fan. When you think, like, who has a better chance of getting a finish in this fight, it's definitely Dricus. And I'm not saying Sean Strickland's incapable of getting a finish. We've seen him do it. We've seen him drop Izzy. Like, he's got pop in his punches. Very accurate. His defense is absolutely on point because all this man does is spar. And I appreciate that. I respect it. I love Sean Strickland. I cannot say that enough. I love Sean Strickland. But I don't know. I think Du Plessis, it's his time right now. And if I'm saying that Du Plessis might be a tough matchup for Hamzat, then yeah, he's going to run through a lot of the other competition. I don't know. I predicted Hamzat to end the year as champion because I think he'd win the belt and then literally not even defend it for the rest of the year because it's Hamzat Chimaev. But I don't know. I see a world where Dricus can get through him. Dricus is just a beast. He's literally... He reminds me of like a Marab who has better striking. Okay. absolutely lighting him up. He reminds me of like a Marab who has power, you know? He just keeps going. And his game plans are absolutely brilliant. The way this man game plans, you can see in every fight he has, he fights differently. You can never know what he's exactly going to do. I wonder if he's going to switch it up against Strickland. But these guys too, they both love to pressure and put on a pace. So I'm fascinated. I actually really like the rematch. Do I wish they just got the Hamzat match out of the way right now? I do. I think that fight could have happened right now. But the closer this fight's gotten to actually happening has me more and more hyped because their first fight was insanely close and competitive. That was insane. Dricus is destroying Strickland this round, by the way. Like, absolutely dominating him. But Strickland just refuses to stay down. Look at this man's face. Oh my god. He's a bloody mess. He looks like a nightmare come to life. Oh my god. Let's look at some of the action here. Dricus, like, how did he take that? I swear this game needs to have more flash knockouts. We cannot be seeing 18 knockdowns a fight. It's really annoying. But then a big Superman punch dropped him against the cage. That was like a 10-8 round, debatably. Oh my god. Dricus is really dominating. I think they're going to get a finish here. I think Dricus is going to get a finish before the fight's over. This is the 4th round now. Hey, all I'm saying is that's what I'm predicting, a 4th round finish. Now, I did say submission, but, you know, TKO, we'll see. We'll definitely have to see. Okay, he's trying to line him up right away. Oh my god, big switch kick. We'll talk about the rest of the simulation now because there's only 2 rounds left. But this has been a pretty good simulation so far. Sometimes these simulation fights are absolutely dreadful to sit through. My god, I did one for the Abu Dhabi card, and Sergey Pavlovich just kept spamming takedowns on Rosenstrike, which, funny enough, actually did happen in real life. He did take him down. I can't believe they cut Rosenstrike from the UFC, boys. What's going on here? He lost one fight to number 3 ranked Sergey Pavlovich, and they cut him. Tai Tuivasa's still in the UFC, but Rosenstrike, nope. The hell is that about? Anyways, holy, oh my god. Big uppercut. I don't know how much more Strickland can take. Come on, like, okay. He's literally a dead body. It's about to be over. He's going to land something big right here. Big punch incoming. Here we go. Watch, he's going to charge it up, too. Okay. Definitely didn't charge it up. Okay, a slight little jab. I want to see the replay. Let's look at it. Okay, here we go. Just, boing. Oh my god. Out cold. Out cold goes Strickland. Boing. Look at that. Barely grazed him. Okay, if Strickland gets knocked out to a little baby jab like that, he'll never live it down, you know? That's exactly what I think is going to happen, you know? No, not exactly. I don't think he's going to lose to a jab, but... And still, Dricus Du Plessis gets it done against Sean Strickland here in the simulation by 4th round knockout on a little baby jab. Regardless, this actually is the closest prediction I've had yet. Because I did predict a 4th round finish for Dricus Du Plessis to take place in real life. That's what UFC 5 thinks is going to happen. Now we just got to find out. We'll find out Saturday night, baby. We'll find out Saturday night, baby. That's Max Holloway in my room. He just entered. Pause. Look at the stats on this fight. Oh my god. Dricus literally had him on everything. What was the judges' scorecards? Okay, well, he got outstruck in the 2nd round on one stat. 30-26 on 2 scorecards, 30-27 on another. Yep, he absolutely dominated. We'll have to see how it goes in real life. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends if that's even something people do still. I hear YouTubers say that. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't got friends. I'll see you Saturday for the card breakdown. Peace.